Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, stocks soar on President Trump's about face, a prisoner swap overnight, and Luka Doncic back in Dallas. Backing down. President Trump announcing a pause on his reciprocal tariffs for 90 days, hours after they went into effect, while ramping up his trade war on China. The U-turn sending stocks soaring, their best day since the 2008 financial crisis, after days of market turmoil. But adding to the uncertainty with prices set to soar. Our team is covering it all from Wall Street to the White House.
Breaking overnight prisoner swap. Russia releases an American ballerina. What we know about the deal.
Death toll rising from the nightclub roof collapse in the Dominican Republic, with family members waiting for word on missing loved ones.
Wild chase. How the search for suspects in a Los Angeles hit and run ended with one of them watering a lawn in his boxers. And a rock star's wife shot in the arm by police and arrested for attempted murder.
Prosecution and defense battle over key evidence that will shape the Idaho student murders case, from Amazon search history, DNA, to the suspect's possible alibi and the 911 call. This morning, the judge's critical decision.
Cabin pressure. Why a passenger allegedly disrupted a flight taking off in New York, forcing it to turn around after hours in the air. We speak to a passenger who witnessed it.
We hear from a DJ who backed out of Fire Festival too, as founder Billy McFarland teases a major announcement.
We're going to have much more on the Masters and also on Luka's big game last night. That's all coming up just ahead. But we begin this busy morning with the latest on the global trade war impacting so many.
It has a far-reaching impact. China just retaliating, telling the United States it's going to limit the number of Hollywood movies it shows there. But yesterday, President Trump turning down the temperature with a 90-day pause on his so-called reciprocal tariffs announced midday Wednesday. News of that decision apparently surprised even his own representative, who learned of it while testifying on Capitol Hill. The announcement led to a historic rally on Wall Street.
That came after what looked like a real crisis in the bond market. The president paused a number of those tariffs for 90 days, but he didn't stop any part of the trade war with China, even escalated that. Many of the tariffs are still in place. Big questions about what's going to happen next with China and all the other negotiations. We want to start out with Whit Johnson on Wall Street. Good morning, Whit.
George, good morning to you. The markets are opening lower this morning. Still some volatility expected after that wild roller coaster yesterday, what many described as a relief rally. The S&P, which was teetering on the edge of a bear market, roaring back to life, gaining $4 trillion in just a few hours. But despite President Trump's pause on tariffs, many are still bracing for the next phase in this trade war. This morning, President Trump's tariff timeout launching a stock market surge. The S&P on Wednesday seeing its biggest single-day rally since the 2008 financial crisis. 4 days of steep market losses instantly turned around after the president announced a 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs, maintaining a 10% baseline tariff across the board. But that halt not applying to China. Instead, President Trump hitting the country with a 125% tariff rate after China fired back with retaliatory tariffs against the U.S.
A deal's going to be made with China. A deal's going to be made with every one of them. And there'll be fair deals. I just want fair.
Following the news, Goldman Sachs lowering its recession odds from 65% to 45%. But while stocks soared on Wall Street, at stores, farms, and ports, still looming uncertainty.
China represents more than 40% of the business at the Port of Los Angeles. On the import side, we're bringing in furniture, clothing, footwear, electronics, and appliances, among other finished goods. The flow of cargo coming to the Port of Los Angeles certainly will be impacted.
And financial experts warn higher tariffs on China means higher prices for Americans. Some of the top imported products from China include mobile phones, computers, electronics, toys, and clothing. A PlayStation 5 that now costs $499 could go up to more than $1,100 within a year, an increase of over $600. And Reuters now reporting some Chinese sellers on Amazon are preparing to hike prices in the U.S. or stop selling in the States altogether.
This is putting the American dream at risk.
Michael Becker is the COO of the small business Fab Dog, a dog toy and accessory company. They manufacture all of their products in China.
we used to pay a 4.3% duty on a dog toy 30 days ago. Now, our duty on a dog toy is going to be 129.3%. I mean, you can't even make that up.
And on top of those 10% baseline tariffs, 25% tariffs still remain on imported cars, car parts, steel, and aluminum. But this morning, the European Union announcing it will also pause its retaliatory tariffs on the U.S. for 90 days to give negotiations a chance. Michael?
All right, Whit, thank you for that. Now let's go to our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, for more on why President Trump decided to back off his trade war, putting most of his so-called reciprocal tariffs on hold for 90 days. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Michael. Well, President Trump had been adamant he was sticking by his strategy, but he also clearly had his eye on the turmoil in the markets. And while he is backing off most of these tariffs for now, there are still very big questions about the road ahead, especially as Trump ramps up his trade war with China. Just 1 week after upending global trade with his sweeping tariffs, President Trump hitting the brakes, citing growing concern on Wall Street.
Well, I thought that people were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know, they were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid.
Just hours earlier, the president had urged Americans to be cool, saying everything is going to work out well, adding this is a great time to buy. In the week since he unveiled his massive tariffs, the market's in a tailspin. But the president had insisted he was staying the course. In the Oval Office on Monday, I asked him if a pause was on the table. Would you be open to a pause in tariffs to allow for negotiations?
Well, we're not looking at that. We have many countries that are coming to negotiate deals with us, and they're going to be fair deals.
But the pressure from worried investors, frustrated businesses, and anxious Americans, too much to bear. Just 13 hours after his sweeping tariffs went into effect, the president with that stunning about face, announcing he's pausing his so-called reciprocal tariffs for 90 days on all countries but China to allow time to negotiate. Pressed on what changed, Trump acknowledging the turmoil in the markets.
Over the last few days, it looked pretty glum.
The decision seeming to catch his own top trade advisor off guard. Jamieson Greer on Capitol Hill defending Trump's tariffs, warning the trade deficit is an emergency when he learned of the reprieve.
Mr. Trade Representative, are you aware that the tariffs have been paused?
I am, yes.
When were you made aware of that?
Well, I understood the decision was made a few minutes ago.
And what do you know about those details?
Well, as I mentioned,
it looks like your boss just pulled the rug out from under you and paused the tariffs, the taxes on the American people. There's no strategy. You just found out 3 seconds ago, sitting here, we saw you.
We've been discussing a variety of things.
That uncertainty trickling down to small business owners like Chris Farley. He owns 5 running apparel stores in the D.C. area, all of his stock from shoes to clothing produced overseas. We were with him when news of the president's decision broke. The president, it appears, just announced that he is pausing these tariffs and lowering them.
This is the world we're in now. What I was hoping for is some predictability of life and work, and this is just so challenging that's great news. Maybe I should react that that's great news, but what does that mean for tomorrow?
The administration now racing to negotiate. They say over 75 countries are eager to strike a deal. White House officials insisting this pause will buy them enough time.
We're going to have just a beautiful set of custom suit deals for each one of these countries where everyone in America is going to be better off. Now, the president says he thinks a deal with China is still possible. He says he's willing to speak directly with President Xi, but the Chinese say they will, quote, fight to the end. George.
Okay, Mary, thanks very much. Let's bring in our chief Washington correspondent, John Carl. John, let's dig into what turned the president around on this. The bond market crisis really was one of these driving forces.
Oh, no doubt, George. This was a head-spinning reversal, going from my policies never change to you need to be flexible in a matter of hours. It was driven by the clear signs that those policies were driving the economy into a ditch. Not just the stock market slide, but as you mentioned, the bond market, bringing higher interest rates, a lower dollar, warning signs that we could be seeing an economic meltdown. Trump was hearing from his allies on Wall Street, from CEOs, from foreign leaders. He was hearing from Republicans in Congress as he said people were getting a little bit yippy. That's why he did what he said he would never do. He changed the policies. But George, very importantly, even with this reversal, President Trump has left in place massive new tariffs, an historically high tax increase, tariffs on China that are so high they're likely to bring trade between the two countries to a halt, and a 10% tax on imported goods from the rest of the world.
Yeah, and we saw China escalating again this morning. The big question now is, can there be a deal with China?
Well, you know, Trump seems to be practically begging for negotiations, saying China wants a deal. He wants to hear from China. But, George, as of late last night, I was told by senior White House officials that the Chinese government has not reached out. There has been simply no response from China, no sign of negotiation. President Trump is calling President Xi his friend, but right now his friend is not picking up the phone.
Okay, John, thanks very much. Rebecca, let's talk a little bit more about what we saw in Mary's piece. You saw that small business owner say he needs predictability. This uncertainty is really going to weigh on the economy.
It's going to weigh on the economy. It is real-time weighing on the economy. I talked to a number of small businesses overnight. There's some relief because there is this pause, but it's not resolution yet. And for small businesses that rely on China, and many of them do, $440 billion worth of imports came from China to the United States last year. For those businesses, the clock is ticking. Every minute that goes by where they don't have an answer is another minute that could potentially amount to that business literally closing down. Farmers are waiting on this because the retaliation that's coming out of China can do things like restricting what American farmers export to China, not sending their crops. That has an impact, and we're also hearing it from big businesses, from Delta to Walmart, who are saying, we don't have certainty, we can't forecast the future because this is still such an uncertain situation.
Which means they may not invest.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you so much for that, Rebecca. And we're going to turn now to breaking news overnight on the prisoner swap with Russia. Russia releasing an American ballerina. Our chief international correspondent, James Longman, has the latest on what we know about the deal. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, Michael. Xenia Karolina is a dual US-Russian citizen. She's a ballerina, and she was serving a 12-year prison sentence in a Russian penal colony. Her crime, donating less than $100 to a Ukrainian charity. Well, this morning she is free, swapped in a prisoner exchange in Abu Dhabi, arranged by the United States. Secretary of State Rubio tweeted that she is on her way home, and he credited President Trump with her release. Now, she was swapped with dual German-Russian citizen Arthur Petrov. He is alleged to have done something far more serious, supplying American-made microelectronics to the Russian military. And the US had him arrested in 2023. Now, the important context to all this is that Russia is seeking to normalize its relationship with the United States. So this helps both sides point to a warming of relations, even though the war in Ukraine shows no sign of ending anytime soon. George.
Okay, James, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to the nightclub roof collapse in the Dominican Republic as authorities move to a recovery phase. Victor Kendo has the latest on that. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, George. There's the Jet Set nightclub. Crews once again working straight through the night. This is the area where family has been waiting, praying, and hoping police call out their loved one's name.
This morning, the round-the-clock operation in Santo Domingo after a roof collapsed on a crowded nightclub. Now a recovery mission. The death toll now rising to at least 218, with more than 150 others injured. It's still too early to determine the cause of the collapse. This video circulating online showing a merengue band performing on stage, a man pointing to the roof saying something fell. Then this happened. Members of that band killed. Also among the deceased, two former Major League Baseball players, Octavio Dotel and Tony Blanco. Blanco, according to reports, saved one of his former teammates by pushing him out of the way of falling debris. Hall of Fame pitcher Pedro Martinez saying Tuesday members of his family were there.
I still have family members that are still on the rubbles, and we don't know what happened to them.
We are just across the street from the Jet Set nightclub, and this is what this area has looked like for 2 days now. The majority of people that you see around me here, family members, desperate for word on their loved ones, were still missing.
Ivan Suero Segura making it out alive, telling us pieces of the roof fell right next to her and even hit her.
Cayó cerca de ti. Sí, it fell close to you.
En las piernas. She's still waiting for news on other relatives still missing.
Authorities say right now the focus is on recovery before shifting entirely into the investigation to determine how this could have happened. Rebecca?
Just searching for some answers there. Okay, Victor, thank you. We're going to turn now to an unruly passenger allegedly throwing a fit over his meal while traveling from New York to Milan. The plane was forced to return to the U.S. hours into the flight, and Trevor Ault is here with this story this morning. And Trevor, I just can't even imagine what that flight announcement was like for all those passengers.
Yeah, a ton of angry passengers, justifiably so. A maddening situation here. The airline says halfway through this flight to Italy, a man became so disruptive that they had no choice but to turn back around.
This morning, an investigation into an unruly American Airlines passenger allegedly disrupting an international flight to the point the pilot turned the plane around.
300 people that were on their way to Milan got their flight uninterrupted, got traumatized from actually seeing what this guy was doing.
It happened Monday aboard a flight from New York's JFK. American says several hours into the flight, the man was upset he didn't get the in-flight meal he believed he'd requested. He also tried taking an exit row, challenging flight attendants when told he couldn't sit there because he was traveling with a child.
He was in back with no restraints, with no air marshal, with no type of security watching him.
The flight turning around over the Atlantic, landing back in New York around 3 a.m.
Have you understand passengers seated and at least somewhat compliant now? Do you guys still want law enforcement at the gate?
Affirmative.
Police soon boarding the plane, taking the man and his family off, the pilot addressing the plane on the intercom.
We normally don't see that type of behavior on an international flight like that. I'm so sorry that this happened. It's out of our control.
Now, even though police were waiting there, officials say the man was not charged, and the passengers were offered meal vouchers for their delay.
That's
landed
it?
after midnight. Meal vouchers, because the airline says it's not their fault. It's that man's fault.
That man.
But he continues to live his life.
But he is not locked up to our knowledge right now for his behavior, no.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trevor. We'll leave it at that. All right, coming up, what the judge ruled about key evidence in the Idaho student murders case, including the 911 call. We're live at the courthouse.
Also, Rhiannon Alley is here with details on a wild police chase. Good morning, Rhiannon.
Good morning, George. It's like a scene straight out of a movie. How a police chase led to a man stripping down to his underwear and pretending to water plants in a yard, and then a rocker's wife being shot. We'll have details ahead.
Wow, Rhiannon. And new at 7:30, a Frito-Lay chip recall upgraded.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. I can listen to that voice of Celine Dion forever. Never get tired of hearing that legendary hit from 1997. My heart will go on as getting a big honor, along with some other music legends. We're going to have more details ahead in pop news.
You want to do your Titanic? Jack.
We'll leave it at me enjoying the song.
Right. So much power in that voice.
So
just
much.
Incredible. Now at 7:30, here's what we have new. Justice Department officials were in Florida to announce the Coast Guard's seizure of 45,000 pounds of cocaine worth more than $500 million. The drugs were intercepted off South America. Also, one person was killed and two others critically injured when a gas explosion shook a neighborhood in Lexington, Missouri. Several homes were damaged in the blast. Authorities say a subcontractor working on a fiber optic line accidentally struck a gas main.
Plus, you want to check your cabinets this morning. There is a Frito-Lay chip recall. It's been upgraded to most severe FDA classification on one of their popular items. Tostitos Cantina traditional yellow corn tortilla chips. They may contain milk. You see them there on your screen. And Publishers Clearinghouse has filed for bankruptcy as more consumers shift to online shopping. The company, known for greeting sweepstakes winners with oversized checks, says it will shed its direct mail catalog and magazine subscription business to focus on digital ads. It's given away more than $500 million since 1953.
Remember Ed McMahon showing up on the doorstep?
Remember checking your mail? Oh,
Absolutely.
Look, it's from Publishers Clearinghouse.
Well, it's going to be missed. But we're going to turn now to the Idaho College murders trial. The judge making several major decisions yesterday about critical evidence that could impact the suspect's defense. Kana Whitworth is there in Boise for us. Good morning, Kana.
Yeah, Michael, good morning. You can really start to see how this summer's trial is taking shape with these early rulings. The judge will allow the 3D model of the home, but also sided with the defense, excluding the words sociopath and psychopath from trial. But on some of those more contentious issues, we're waiting on written rulings.
This morning, the judge in the Idaho College murder case weighing critical decisions on evidence that will shape the August trial.
Make no mistake, these murders, whoever committed them, were brutal and were horrific. And so I suspect that the evidence will reflect that.
Kohberger sitting in court during a 6-hour-long hearing Wednesday. The prosecution and defense going head-to-head over everything from what prosecutors say is the defendant's Amazon search history to witness testimony, DNA evidence, and the suspect's possible alibi. Brian Kohberger is facing charges for the 2022 murders of Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin in an off-campus home. His lawyers say he's innocent. But prosecutors say the defendant purchased a K-bar style knife like this one from Amazon, along with a sharpener and a sheath. And they say his Amazon search history will reflect that. But the defense says everyone in the Kohberger family had access to that account.
It's misleading that the way that you just portray it, that because there is a purchase in a household account, that is automatically attributable to him, and that there's somehow
a purchase
intent.
in a household account. It's attributable under his particular name in the account, as I understand it. Now, could somebody else in the family get to it? I don't know. I suppose your expert will tell us that.
The judge said he will allow click experts to testify on behalf of the prosecution who say Kohberger's DNA was found on that knife sheath. The judge also signaled he will allow much of the 911 call made by the two surviving roommates to be played in court.
Do you think that the surviving roommates were under the stress of the immediate events?
And while the prosecution plans to call a member of Kohberger's family to testify, the judge saying that doesn't exclude his other family members from sitting behind the defendant during trial. A reality the parents of Kaylee Gonzalez are preparing for.
His family being there, yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow.
We're waiting for a written ruling from the judge about what Kohberger's defense team calls his autism spectrum disorder. They say that it could be problematic for him to testify because of it, and it also lays the groundwork for them to try to get the death penalty taken off the table. Guys.
All right, Kana, thank you. We turn now to a bizarre incident in L.A. The wife of a member of the band Weezer was shot by police and arrested during a hunt for suspects in a hit and run on a freeway. And Rhiannon Alley is here with the story. Rhiannon, this is kind of a head scratcher.
Yeah, bizarre is a perfect way to describe this story. So it really shocking. A chain of events left a rock star's wife shot and accused of attempted murder. This morning, a true Hollywood crime with all the twists and turns of a blockbuster.
Lock this place down here. I need units to respond.
An accident on the highway in Los Angeles, leading to a foot chase. All ending in the wife of a 90s rock star being shot and charged with attempted murder. It all started with an unrelated hit-and-run crash. 3 suspects fleeing the scene into a nearby neighborhood.
I saw a gentleman walking on the shoulder, and he started to run when we confronted him.
One of the suspects wearing only his boxers, trying to blend in, appearing to casually water plants, not fooling police, who quickly apprehended him. That's when 51-year-old Jillian Schreiner, the wife of Weezer's Grammy Award-winning bassist Scott Schreiner, emerged from her home next door, brandishing a gun. Police say the officers repeatedly told Schreiner to drop the gun, but she refused. Then, according to police, she pointed it at officers, at which point they fired, striking her in the shoulder. Schreiner surrendering alongside a babysitter, hands in the air. She was taken into custody and transported to the hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Weezer, known for hits like Island in the Sun and Buddy Holly, just recently announced they'd be performing at Coachella this weekend. We have reached out to the band for comment. We have not heard back. The LAPD says Schreiner has been booked on a attempted murder charge and has a $1 million bond. We don't know if they'll play this weekend at Coachella, but two completely unrelated events, and how now they're intersected. Pretty bizarre.
That is a strange story. Yeah. Thank you, Rhiannon. The latest on the Fyre Festival saga. New doubts about whether it's happening as one performer shares why she backed out. Our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is here with the story. Good morning, Aaron.
And good morning to you guys. Founder Billy McFarland is teasing a major announcement today and insisting Fyre Festival 2 is on. But you're about to hear from a DJ who turned down an invitation to play because she thought Fyre 2 would be a waste of her time. This morning, new questions about the fate of Fyre Festival 2. Francesca Keller tells ABC News she was invited to Fyre 2 after one of the organizers saw her behind the decks at New York clubs performing as DJ Donna Francesca.
Fyre Festival, the account, DM'd me and asked me if I wanted to play for their festival.
Initially flattered, Keller says she became skeptical.
He basically framed it as a bunch of beach clubs that they're taking over in Mexico. I asked a bunch of questions. He seemed surprised to hear so many questions from me. He told me that the other artists haven't been giving him any kind of a pushback.
Who those other acts are, Fyre 2 hasn't said. Keller says she heard a few names from organizers, but recognized none. There are also questions about the venues for Fyre 2. Government officials deny having any plans to host a major event, but McFarland posting what he says are permits and receipts. One appears to be a permit to hold a special event from midnight to 4 a.m. at a beach club with a capacity of 250 people.
My family says I'm insane, that me and my younger brother are insane for doing this or even thinking about going.
Asa Maker and his friend Taylor Bordenek scored free tickets to Fyre 2 after Asa's little brother reached out to McFarland himself.
I want to be fully confident that when I arrive in Mexico that there is a festival that I can attend and that there will be events and food and lodging and other things of that nature.
The first Fyre Festival was supposed to be luxurious, but attendees ended up in tents eating cheese sandwiches. Francesca Keller says she was happy to decline the invitation to DJ at Fyre Festival 2.
My theory is that if the festival even happens, if they can get this amount of money, it's going to just be a really chill, boring little beach club moment with some people. I don't think it's going to be anything interesting, and therefore that would be a waste of my time.
We're awaiting McFarland's major announcement, but his teaser says this is getting wild. Need top TV producers. We're documenting everything, guys.
Chill and boring.
Sounds great. Yeah. You want to go?
I'm glad you're going. I'm glad you're on this beat, Aaron Katersky.
I can't wait for chill and boring. All
right, thank you for that, Aaron. Now with our play of the day in the beloved Masters tradition, of course, Will Reeve is back with us. What you got, Will? Good morning.
Yeah, it's one of the best days of the year. The Masters has begun, but the Wednesday, the day before the Masters, is the par 3 contest. The players get out there with their wives, their girlfriends, their kids, whoever, and it's general chaos, and it is adorable. We got a lot of great shots from the pros and from the little kids. Let's go here.
We're going to go now to the 9th green. Rory McIlroy's daughter, Poppy, here with a long putt.
Look at this. This is Poppy McIlroy. I was doing a golf announcement thing.
That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And here is Poppy McIlroy. Speaking of awesome, guess where this is going? Right in the hole from Poppy.
I gotta say, those greens are fast.
Those are really fast. She just got to touch it.
That was an amazing putt.
She barely touched it, and she barely reacts because she was so overwhelmed. Shane Lowry's daughter, Iris, came over to hug her. The moment seemed like it was a little bit too much, but she made it. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
Rory, one of the favorites in the tournament this week.
And we're going to go now to where are we going to go? We're going to go see Keegan Bradley here. He's the captain of the U.S. Ryder Cup team this fall. Here he is with a perfect shot.
Best shot I ever saw.
On which hole is this on? The sixth hole. It's in the hole. It's good.
There's Keegan. Strahan's excited.
Yeah.
Keegan's looking good.
You saw it there. Those greens are incredibly fast.
They're fast, George. You're breathing.
Look This is you suggesting that you've played Augusta.
I'm just saying, the grain of fact.
All right, but like, how do you know that?
Because I'm watching, just like you. I'm watching TV.
Yeah. I have some friends who go every year. I've yet to be invited, so this day every year I get really insecure about how tight
invited
we are.
right
Yeah,
now.
there we go. All right, perfect. I'm going to go with Michael. I would also love to go with Scotty Scheffler. He's won the thing a couple times, and he and his family stole the show. The reigning Masters champ sinking that putt while holding his adorable son, Bennett, and then rookie Nico Echevarria ended up winning the par 3 contest, which actually historically is not a good sign for the tournament. The people who win the par 3 don't usually win.
He's
the
a
big
rookie,
thing.
that's good.
Sure, yeah, so it's his first try.
Okay.
Someone invite me to the Masters.
I'm pretty sure your invite is in the mail. Thank you so much, Will. And coming up here, Cheryl Lee Ralph is here live in Times Square talking about Abbott Elementary.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Backing down. President Trump announces a pause on his reciprocal tariffs for 90 days, hours after they went into effect, while ramping up his trade war on China. The U-turn sent stocks soaring, their best day since the 2008 financial crisis, after days of market turmoil, but adding to the uncertainty with prices set to soar.
It's a most outstanding morning in Times Square.
Azzi Fudd is on fire.
UConn star and NCAA champion Azzi Fudd is here after her sensational March Madness performance. Find out what she has to say about her family's viral shirts and what's next for the basketball star.
And pencils down because class is in session.
Oh, when did these 8th graders stop being kids?
Cheryl Lee Ralph is live in Times Square, talking this season's big Abbott Elementary finale and so much more. And she's saying,
Good morning, America. Mwah.
Live from Times Square, it's Thursday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Sit up straight. Class is in session. Here we go. Because we've been looking forward to Shirley Ralph coming back to GMA, and she's here in Times Square with us. We're very excited about that. And our Ike Ajachi is going back to school this morning to celebrate a sideline superhero. So let's check the hidden coach cam. That's Calvin Nellam. He's a flag football coach and a teacher who has no idea what's about to happen. He thinks it's just a regular Thursday. But you know, this is GMA. There's never a regular Thursday, Mr. Nellam. You just wait. We got something for you.
He's about to get blitzed by the biggest surprise since the forward pass.
Reference.
I can't wait. And just ahead, what farmers are telling us about what the tariffs mean for them and your wallet.
First, look at the top stories breaking today. We start with President Trump. He backed off his trade war, announcing a pause on his tariffs with dozens of countries, but not stopping any part of the trade standoff with China. Want to go back to Whit Johnson on Wall Street. Good morning, Whit.
Hey, George. Good morning to you. Still some volatility expected today. Stocks are opening lower after that wild whiplash yesterday. President Trump's timeout on tariffs launching a stock market surge. The S&P on Wednesday seeing its biggest single-day rally since the 2008 financial crisis. 4 days of steep market losses instantly turned around after the president announced a 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs, maintaining a 10% baseline tariff across the board. But that halt not applying to China. Instead, President Trump hitting the country with a 125% tariff rate after China fired back with retaliatory tariffs against the U.S. Following the news, Goldman Sachs lowering its recession odds from 65% to 45%, but many are still bracing for the impact of this trade war. Financial experts warn higher tariffs on China means higher prices for Americans. Some of the top imported products from China include mobile phones, computers, electronics, toys, and clothing. And on top of that baseline 10% tariff, 25% tariffs still remain on imported cars, car parts, steel, and aluminum. Rebecca?
All right, Whit, thank you. And of course, there is that ripple effect on all sorts of businesses here at home. Some farmers say they're already feeling the impact, and Alex Perez joins us with more. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Rebecca. Farmers who own farms like this one are growing concerned about what these tariffs can mean for them. Soybeans are used to make everything from tofu to biofuel.
This morning, farmers across the country watching the ongoing tariff battle closely, especially soybean farmers like Chris Gould.
When you hear China's imposing an 84% tariff on soybeans, is that a big deal?
It's a big deal. They are our biggest soybean customer. And so
when our beans become expensive for them, they're going to look elsewhere for soybeans.
Gould's Illinois farm produces several 100,000 bushels of soybeans every year. He says the unpredictability in the recent tariffs is what's most difficult.
We grow a commodity, and world prices change all the time, and we react to that. But it is hard to react on a moment's notice or a day's notice.
The U.S. is the second largest soybean producer in the world and exports more than $12 billion worth of soybeans to China annually. Unless the current tariffs are walked back, there is real fear of a devastating blow to the business.
You're talking about $9 or so billion that we're going to lose. But if China gets cut off, really, there's not enough buyers in the rest of the world to make up for that loss.
Brazil dominates soybean exports, controlling 40% of the world market. Gould worries that number will only grow if the U.S.-China trade war continues.
Even if this thing is resolved tomorrow, I'm not sure things go back the way they were.
And the owner here tells me he's holding steady, operating normally, and holding on to hope that things will become more stable in the weeks ahead. Michael?
Yeah, we're all holding on to that hope. All right, thank you for that. We're going to turn now to NBA superstar Luka Doncic, making his emotional return to Dallas overnight, leading the Lakers to a big win against his former team. Will Reed is back with that and more.
What a night, Michael. You know better than most. The best thing about sports is it's all unscripted, but this was a night straight out of Hollywood. It was Los Angeles in Dallas. The return of Luka Doncic 6 weeks after that seismic, shocking trade that sent him from the Mavericks to the Lakers. Luka entering the arena, he was all smiles pregame. The fans still adore Luka. They were stunned and outraged at management for shipping out their franchise superstar. The Mavs organization trying to make up for it with some T-shirts on every seat that says "Thank you for everything" in Luka's native Slovenian. Call it even, I guess. The team honoring Luka with a pregame tribute on the big screen, and this was an emotional moment for the 26-year-old. He was moved to tears. Luka had thought he was going to spend his entire career with the Mavericks, then all of a sudden he's on the Lakers, which is where it brings us to the game, because, whoa, the Dallas crowd was cheering for Luka like he was still one of their own, and Luka was playing like a man possessed. He just couldn't miss. 31 points in just the first half. He finished with 45 on the night, standing O for the prodigal son returned, a conquering hero. The Lakers taking care of business against the Mavs. They win by 15. They secure a playoff spot. You couldn't write it any more perfectly. Doncic exchanged hugs with the man for whom he was exchanged, Anthony Davis, and another guy who knows something about storybook moments, Mavs superfan Patrick Mahomes got in on the action as well. It was an amazing night that Luka really delivered on the moment. His coach, J.J. Redick, said the emotional fortitude that it must take to be in tears, thinking about everything, and then get on the court, drop 45.
Incredible.
Takes a lot.
Yeah, it makes you focus when you're going against your old team.
You didn't have an old team, though.
I know, but I was still focused.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Will. Coming up in our GMA Morning Menu, the amazing Azzi Fudd, the UConn sensation, named the Final Four's most outstanding player. And Steph Curry, he's even jealous of her jump shot. She tells us how life has changed since the Huskies' big win.
Also had the behind-the-scenes stories of the judge, Naoma, Winona, and Ashley. The details coming up in Pop News.
Plus, Tori Johnson is here with deals and steals to give your kitchen and home a spring upgrade with bargains starting at less than $10. And we are so glad that Cheryl Lee Ralph isn't too cool for school. We love her on Abbott Elementary, and she'll tell us all about the season finale and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
Hey,
I like tall, dark, and stray handsome.
Ooh, talk to me. Ooh, I thought that'd be the mystery salad. All right, Linsey, describe these reasons why a person might date a football player.
Were you blushing up there, Michael?
No, one of the answers why a person might date a football player is insanity, George.
Make cray-cray.
We have a great Saturday Night Live reunion on the show this weekend. Kevin Nealon and Anna Gasteyer. It's a lot of fun, as you can see. So hopefully people will check it out.
We are very much looking forward to that, and you can see what the answer to that category are on this Sunday at 9 Central, right here on ABC with our one and only Michael Strahan.
Thank you, Rebecca.
We love it.
But you know what? We are joined by somebody who is a one and only, okay?
Sure.
UConn Huskies star and national champion Azzi Fudd. She was named the most outstanding player of the Final Four. Azzi, thank you for joining us on GMA.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and your entire team.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Of course, we're happy that you're here. Even before March Madness started, Gino Auriemma, your legendary coach, he pointed out and said that you are the key to the tournament. So how does that make you feel, that compliment coming from a coach who knows basketball as well, has had so many championships under his belt?
I mean, it's a tremendous compliment because Coach does not hand out compliments easily or often. So when you do get one, you definitely want to savor it, but it definitely means a lot because he doesn't sugarcoat things. He says what he believes, so it definitely means a lot.
I know you wore 2 bracelets all throughout the season, and I had to look at your wrist this morning right when we shook hands because you've added a 3rd one. So the 2 bracelets are resilience and purpose, and
Yes.
the 3rd one, what does the 3rd one say?
The 3rd one is champion.
Ooh.
Yeah, new one. I really like it. Personal favorite.
That's a good one, but how were purpose and resilience playing out for you during that game?
Yeah, I think just reminding myself that I'm resilient, basketball's a game of runs. Everything's not always going to go your way, but staying strong, staying with your teammates, and that's exactly what we did, not just that game, but the whole season.
I have to say, you have the best posse I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody over here taking pictures, capturing this for posterity. Your mom also went viral with this T-shirt. You got to tell us the story behind that.
Fud around and find out?
Yeah. I wasn't going to say it.
I love that.
There was a family in Connecticut came up with that and made these T-shirts, and I think it's incredible. They made posters at first, and just every time I see it, poster, T-shirt, it makes me smile. And I mean, my parents are my biggest fans, so to see them wearing it, see them cheering hard, fud around and find out, like, what's better than that?
I'm going to be walking around saying that all day. The rest of the day, it's my earworm. But someone else who's a big fan, Steph Curry. Steph Curry said that he is jealous of your jump shot because it's, quote, it looks prettier than mine. So putting modesty aside, do you agree with his assessment of your jump shot, prettier than his?
I feel like that just feels wrong to say. I mean, mine is like the prettiest jump shot, but Steph's is like top tier.
I don't know. I'm looking at that clip there. Your jump shot's pretty. I think you should challenge Steph. Let him fud around and find out.
Yeah, we would love to see that. I love the fact that you're going back to UConn next year. You're forgoing the WNBA. You're going to play again with this team, with this coach. What does that mean to you?
I mean, especially after this season, I'm more excited than ever to get another opportunity with this team. We're going to be great. But to learn, another year of learning from these coaches, another year of just developing, getting better, getting myself ready for the W, and hopefully run it back. So.
And it must feel so great to be such a role model for so many young girls.
Honestly, it's surreal to see like just the support that we have and how much women's basketball has grown, but just to see like younger kids looking up to me. I was in their position really not that long ago, and I'm still looking up to women and other female athletes. So just to see younger kids look up to me, it's surreal, but I mean, it's such like a humbling feeling.
And go ahead, Michael.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I wanted to just put it out there that you're also doing 360. Like, you are studying right now for your finals in 2 weeks, right after the championship.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, you have to do all of that in order to play at the top of your game.
Oh, for sure. I mean, life is busy, like that's life. Like, I'm going to be in the car watching lectures, doing discussion posts. Is that really what I want to be doing? Of course not, but that's what I have to do. And I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can.
But how much time do you get off from basketball? Do you take any time off for yourself in that regard?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm here with you guys now. That's incredible. My family and I are going on a cruise in May. I'm super excited for that. So I feel like life is balanced. You know, we get to celebrate a little now, enjoy time with family, and then get back in the lab.
Well, we want to celebrate you, Azzi Fudd, you and your team. Give it up one more time.
Incredible.
We really appreciate you being here. Hopefully you're back next year after you run it back.
Manifesting it. We're going to put that out there right now.
Yeah, putting it out there. We're rooting for you and come back with another bracelet, the fourth one.
How about some pop news?
All right, sounds like a plan, George. Let's rock. We begin pop news this morning with not the Fudds, even though they're still here off in the corner, but the Judds. The 35 years after their Grammy-winning hit Love Can Build a Bridge hit the airwaves, the Judd family is opening up about their lifetime in the musical spotlight. Winona and Ashley Judd are debuting their 4-part documentary called The Judd Family Truth Be Told. It's set to examine Naomi's complicated bond with her daughters. And we've got a first look at the trailer. Check it out.
Mother Naomi and her daughter Winona, the judge.
I was so proud of their success. It was magical on stage. It's heavenly music, but off stage.
Naomi spent her whole life building this narrative.
She had no idea what I went through as a child. I was old enough to know that something was wrong. There were secrets, big secrets. It's a blessing and a burden to be that close to your mother.
Looks fantastic. The docuseries will feature interviews with Ashley and Winona, close relatives and members of the beloved music community, as well as never before seen photos, home videos, some unreleased songs from the Grammy-winning family. The Judd Family Truth Be Told premieres Saturday, May 10th on Lifetime. Looking forward to that. And in more music news, the National Recording Registry has just inducted a whole group of legends into the Library of Congress. The 2025 class of inductees includes Celine Dion's legendary hit, My Heart Will Go On. That's what Michael sings every morning on his way into work. As well as Mary J. Blige's My Life. That's the B-side of Michael's mornings.
1990.
Hamilton. How about this? The 1995 Microsoft Windows startup jingle. Remember that?
Yes.
You don't. You weren't born in 95. What
Yeah, but the
like
song,
we know
born, I was computing around then. I remember. I used to play putt-putt. Remember that game? We're talking music by Miles Davis, Tracy Chapman, the Steve Miller Band, Amy Winehouse, and Sir Elton John, whose 1973 album Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was also added to the lineup. Elton gave the Library of Congress a pretty shocking reveal about his own music. How about this?
Nobody really knows what a hit record is. I'm not a formula writer. I didn't think Benny and the Jets was a hit. I didn't think Don't Let the Sun Go Down was a hit. And that's what makes writing so special. You do not know what you're coming up with and how special it might become.
I feel like that's the sign of a true artist, though, where you're like, I hate it, it's terrible. Oh, wait, it's one of the best songs ever. That's sort of the process of how it goes. You can see the full list on the Library of Congress's website now. And finally, in pop news, it's pup news. We've got a pup with the need for speed. This is Tenny, a 2.5-year-old brown Boston Terrier with some hardcore zoomies and one of the best nicknames I've ever heard for a dog, Tennis the Menace. Her friends call her that. Get it? Because her name's Tenny. That's Tennis the Menace. You get to play on words. Just zooming down the hallway like a running back. Her owner, Antonia, tells us that trying to stop Tenny is like trying to grab a flying football, or even like the snitch from Harry Potter. It's like flying around.
The Terriers have that kind of speed. Wow.
Yeah. Well, now you know. And now you know Pop News.
Thank you, Will. I'm going to speed over this way because it's time for me to head over to Deals and Steals with Tori Johnson. She's here with products to spruce up your home, all 50% off or more. Hello, Tori.
Hello.
How are you?
Great. We are starting with the Emerald Lagasse air fryer.
Fun.
It's a dual zone air fryer, which means that you can cook 2 different foods, 2 different ways, and have them finish at the exact same time.
Wow.
So really phenomenal technology. For the purpose of that rotisserie chicken that was made this morning in 45 minutes, we use the full zone. So you can either use it like that where you take up all of the space, or you use the dividers and the different trays. This is fully loaded with every accessory, and then you'll do it in 2 separate areas. We also have so many different preset buttons, so it kind of like does the thinking for you. Everything from air frying, baking, broiling, grilling, toasting, rotisserie. There's an option just says pizza. It kind of knows what to do. So you can literally do so much with this. And if you have the counter space, what I love is that as we get into ultimately the warmer months, to not have to heat up your entire kitchen with your stove and with everything else going on, this is a really great alternative.
And it looks really nice too.
It is so chic, looks really good, 50% off and free shipping.
We love that.
We do love that. Okay, we also love to have sharp knives. So you can transform any dull knife into razor sharp with just a few strokes like this. Whoops, these are my fancy scissors that I also want you to see as well.
Need that
but
too.
The sharpener, it just revive dull knives instantly with just a few strokes. We also have these scissors are really spectacular. You want to do, when you get all of those kids' toys that have that clamshell packaging that's impossible to open. These scissors.
And it dulls the scissors.
It dulls
but
the
not
scissors.
These.
Not these. This cuts through anything, but it's great to be able to have for plastics, or if you want to just use it in the kitchen to cut up herbs. If you're cracking a nut, no matter what, there's an option here. All slash and half. They start at $7.50.
Oh, I see. This is the nutcracker.
Exactly.
On this end. Okay,
does
great.
everything. J.K. Adams. You can
beautiful
prep, serve, carve, do all kinds of things in these really gorgeous wood boards. What I love is that you get 3 options. They have maple, cherry, and walnut, some of the finest North American hardwoods. You can also customize with names, initials. We've got this one, 50th
Robin and
anniversary
Amber.
year.
I love that you
Robin
have
and
Tori
Amber.
and Peter, your husband.
We've
Shout
got
out to Peter.
So many different options here. The small boards that we have online start at just $7.50. So these are really terrific.
Awesome.
Okay, AeroPress. One of the best ways to make a phenomenal cup of coffee. So the water was in here, and then we press down on this, and it puts the water pushes through those beans there, and you get just a full-bodied, rich like espresso. Doesn't have any of the grit, doesn't have any of the bitter taste. Just a phenomenal cup of coffee. Then you can use that coffee. You can make lattes, you can make cappuccinos, you can kind of make any style drinks that you want, but the first is getting the coffee just right. That's what AeroPress does. Lots of oohs and ahs this morning in the studio, people telling me that they've got one of these and they swear by it. We also have the easy to go models, which are great. All slash and half start at $25.
I know the coffee aficionados. They're always about the AeroPress.
Okay. Photon. This is one of the coolest ways to have a customized candle. It's this plant-based that wax right there that are like little pearls,
interesting,
so that you can put into a vessel of your choice or reuse a vessel that you already have. Phenomenal candles. These bundles start at $22. It's a really great option for candles. And then finally, Blissy. We know and love their silk pillowcases. We also have their 2 brand new pillows, Perfect Square, as well as this one with the hook. These are so comfy and customizable, all slash and half and free shipping.
Excellent. Thank you, Tori. And we've partnered with all these companies on these great deals. You can get them by heading directly to our website and clicking that QR code. And coming up, Cheryl Lee Ralph is here.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
And welcome one of our favorite guests, Emmy Award-winning actress Cheryl Lee Ralph. She plays Barbara Howard on Abbott Elementary. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now you have that little sling there. What happened? You okay?
I was a passenger in an SUV headed to my speaking engagement, and I guess the driver was just disoriented, and we literally nosedive off of the loading dock of the convention center. And it is the craziest thing to feel yourself going straight down.
Scary.
It was scary, but I don't know if it was a Cadillac or a GMC. But that car, it came down on that front right wheel. It went forward. It dropped down, righted itself, and it kept moving. I was like, whatever car that is, thank you, car. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, American car makers.
This is like a scene straight out of My Cousin Vinny.
We are glad you're okay.
I'm happy I'm okay too, and it really, really makes me aware when I talk to people. Life is short. You do not what it's going to bring to you every day. Appreciate it and the people and things around you.
Excellent lesson right there. We want to talk about Abbott Elementary first. You just did the show Finding Your Roots.
Yes.
And you found out you have a very famous distant cousin.
I have a famous distant cousin. Samuel L. Jackson is my DNA cousin. Yes, and I like Samuel L. And I always said he reminds me of my brother Timothy. And when Professor Gates said, meet your DNA cousin, I was like, oh my God, I like him so much.
Well, you got to get him on Abbott Elementary now.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
It would, yeah.
That would be good. My cousin. Although, you know, I have all these men lined up. I want Chris Rock as one of my bad brothers. I want Denzel Washington as a good ex-lover or something like that. And yes, Samuel L. Here comes my cousin from the education department. Something like that. Yes. I got it all in my head.
You got all the scripts figured out already.
Well, Tyler's been predicting a lot of things and getting them right. You on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the big hit that Abbott Elementary has become.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure he could predict this thing about all of these men on the show, but what else would you like him to predict?
I would like Tyler to predict grandchildren for me.
Oh.
That's what I would like. I'll take twins. In fact, just get them both out of the way. Yeah, you just never know. You never know.
You know, we need to get out of the way. A clip of Abbott Elementary.
There
Let's
you
check
go.
it out.
Oh, when did these 8th graders stop being kids? Seems like just yesterday I was wiping their noses, and look at them. They're almost high schoolers.
As you know, goodbyes are not my strong suit. Plus, I never feel like we did enough to prepare them, you know?
Well, if you did, you'd never know it. They're teenagers. Communication goes against their entire biology. Well, my entire biology will not mind sitting in a cool, dark theater right about now. That's for sure.
You've already been renewed for season 5, and
Yes.
I know this is going to be a
That's
hard question, but can you give us any clues on the finale for this season?
Foot around and find out what happens if you don't watch it. Yes.
Great recall. I love that.
You gotta watch it. Mm-hmm. We have the
Quinta
best
will be proud
time.
of you. You didn't give anything away.
Listen, I work for Quinta Brunson, and my lips are sealed. Mm.
Well, you know, it's Throwback Thursday here on GMA. You're about to be honored on Broadway for your role as Dina Jones.
Well, yes.
In the original Dreamgirls.
Yes, that was with the MCC Theater. It was a wonderful evening, much more than I expected. And I was so happy. Bernie Telsey, you know, and all of the folks there put this thing together. And I was like, oh my God. And once again, you see your whole career. Oh my God, I was
What a
so
great
young.
show.
We love this clip.
Thank
We
Thank
we
you.
didn't even need an excuse, but we're using this as one to show it. We love it so much.
Thank you. I look at that and I say, one of the best and the worst times in my whole life, but it just prepared me for everything that's happening and leading me to the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So from Broadway to Hollywood, it's just been such a great thing. Yeah.
Well, you know who's going to present you with your star?
I've asked for Loretta and Quinta, because that just for me is a bookend. Loretta Devine with me in the Dreamgirls day, and Quinta for reaching back and bringing me along with her to land me in this moment of Abbott Elementary. Yeah.
Very
and I
cool.
love them both, so it's wonderful.
Fantastic.
Well, there were no spoilers here, so you have to tune in next week to the season 4 finale of Abbott Elementary. Thanks for coming in.
Thank
it airs
you.
next Wednesday right here on ABC. We'll stream the next day on Hulu.
Now with the latest viral taste sensation, that's nacho average snack. I did it. Charcuterie nachos. The appetizer mashup is taking over Instagram and TikTok with millions of views, so GMA lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamotto just had to give it a try. You are really a team player. Good morning.
Well, I am the unofficial carb correspondent here. So classic nacho layering with a charcuterie twist, yum. But what did my family and I really think when we put all our chips on the table? Take a look.
Making some charcuterie nachos.
It's the twisted appetizer trend going viral.
It's the one afternoon snack you just gotta try.
How did we not think of this sooner?
So of course,
So you're gonna be my little helper today, right?
we had to try charcuterie nachos for ourselves.
Take your bag of chips and dump them right out into the tray like this. All of them.
After the chips came the cheese.
What do you call this?
Sprinkly cheese.
Sprinkly cheese.
And it's not a charcuterie tray without the meat. On goes the salami, then Stella's favorite.
Pickle.
I also added fig jam and hot honey to give my nachos a sweet kick.
You get a high five? We're gonna broil them for a few minutes and we're gonna see if these charcuterie nachos are really worth the hype.
5 minutes later, it was time for a taste test.
Cheers. Okay.
So cute.
Thank you. So results in my house were mixed. Stella did not give it 2 thumbs up, just 1. Did it taste good? Sure, but show me a dish covered in gooey cheese that doesn't. The bottom line is the whole was not greater than the sum of its parts here, Rebecca. Just because you can doesn't always mean you should. And my family agreed. The kids just wound up picking apart whichever ingredient appealed to them.
Okay,
on
yeah,
the
I can
nachos,
see that.
Which is what you would do on a
Charcuterie board. Okay, that makes total sense.
So if you want to try it and give it a taste here.
Well, I think I'd go for the cheese. Okay,
Try
I'm
this.
going for
This
the
is a
cheese
fresher
part.
plate. Yeah. So, what do you think?
Okay, so I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
Is there a situation that you think your family would do it in?
I don't know about my family, but I think if you're hosting a dinner party or something and you want to mash up and have like something different, right? Mix it up. This is a great thing to do. Or if you're just interested in trying out some of these viral food trends, go for it. But for me, I'm going to stick to the other viral food trends that we've tried, like the cottage cheese ice cream, which I love.
Yes.
This one, I'm going to keep my chips where they are. I'm going to keep my charcuterie board where it is. And I'm going to keep classic nachos where they are. I don't need them all together.
All right. Totally makes sense. Thank you, Lori. Ginger?
We were very excited to see how this all worked out, so thank you for the breakdown. It's wonderful to see you both. Now, we want you to all not miss this exciting new competition series, Got to Get Out. It features 20 people in a house with $1 million up for grabs. Reality show legends and rookies are going to fight for the prize to win. They've got to get out, though, to make sure they win. It's a lot easier said than done, apparently. All episodes of Got to Get Out premiere tomorrow on Hulu, and I looked back here and I said, wait a minute. I know that guy. That's Val, my former partner on Dancing with the Stars. What? I can't wait to watch now.
So sushi master and legendary chef Masaharu Morimoto is here. Come on over.
Thank you.
It's so great to see you. We love how you did that. Oh, you brought something for yourself. Well, guess what? We have something for you. Charcuterie nachos. Want to give them a taste?
Nachos with and sushi. Okay.
It's just the perfect pairing for 9 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, so this is a sample, vegetable sample. I made it. I'm going to show you how to make it sushi rolls at your home. So third hour in this show.
Third hour of GMA. You are back, Chef Morimoto. Why don't I take that so you can try these nachos? Come on, give it a little go.
Like a little
Just
taste?
give it a go,
Yes.
Chef.
I want the sushi.
We can't wait to see you back on GMA 3. Thank you so much to you. Thank you, Lori B. And coming up, our Aikajachi is live outside a classroom right now, getting ready to surprise a sideline hero. The big surprise when we come back. And I think I'm going to eat a little sushi now.
I'm interested in the sushi.
Back now on GMA, we reached out and we asked you to send in stories about the coaches that have made a big impact in your community. And this morning, we're heading to Detroit to highlight a sideline superhero. Our Aikajachi is live at the Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences. And good morning, Ike.
Hey, good morning, Michael. We are here right now, and Coach Calvin Nellum right behind me. He's the flag football coach here at the Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences. He's also the 8th grade science teacher and the robotics instructor. And guess what? He has no idea that we're about to surprise him live on air right now. So let's go have some fun. Coach Calvin Nellum, my guy. What's going on, my man? How you doing? I am Aikajachi, and you are live on air right now on Good Morning America, my guy. What's going on? You are our sideline superhero. Guys, can we get a round of applause for your coach right here? Come on now.
Wow. Absolutely. Let's get it.
You're a sideline superhero. I know your story. I know why you're so special. Your students know why you're so special. Let's show America what makes you GMA's sideline superhero. Take a look.
Absolutely.
For the students at the Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences, Mr. Calvin Nellum is the ultimate educator and coach.
Mr. Nellum is a great teacher. He's somebody you can really look up to. Mr. Nellum, he really shows that he cares.
He shows up for the scholars, and he actually shows up for the staff.
In his 8th grade science classes, he finds ways to make learning fun.
We were talking about physics and kinetic energy, and he would have us do this little dance or stand on the tables and sing a song that he had taught us for memorizing things.
It's not just inside the classroom, but on the sidelines too.
He works with flag football for our 1st and 2nd grade scholars. He's also the robotics instructor in after-school program.
Leading his students to victory at robotic competitions across Michigan.
He wanted us to stand up for ourselves and not just have them think of us as just the underdogs.
America should know that Mr. Nellum puts his all into his teaching. The calling of being a black male in education.
Mr. Nellum's lessons go beyond the textbook. His mentorship, leadership, and impact as an educator, earning him Michigan Regional Teacher of the Year.
Mr. Nellum made me feel like I could do anything I set my mind to. He instills a sense of like pride and respect for myself. Sometimes I'm just not doing good, and he'll be there to like inspire me.
And now, as our sideline superhero.
Mr. Nellum is for surely one of my superheroes. He's definitely a superhero of mine.
My guy. You're surrounded by your students, you're surrounded by the people you coach. Just tell me, how you feeling right now? I see tears in your eyes.
I'm blessed, you know. I'm a product of my mama from New Orleans Public Schools. She taught in New Orleans Public School for 40 years. I'm a product of all the mentors. I'm not here without my teachers, and that's why I became a teacher. I came to be, you know, an example for my kids. Why are you looking at me saying, I'm crying? It's okay, black man, right? But let it out. It's about giving back and, you know, not expecting anything in return. And, you know, I've been practicing grace, and, you know, God has been giving it to me. So
there we go. Now, listen, we have the CEO and the superintendent here, Lawrence Hood, my man. You helped set this whole thing up. Yes. Tell me, what makes Calvin here so special?
Oh, Calvin is special because he's a teacher first, but educator, and he's a coach. He's all the things. Mr. Nellum goes above and beyond for our scholars every day and also for the staff. He's a positive role model to all.
Now, Coach, I got to tell you, I've read your story. It's an unbelievable story. You are a phenomenal teacher.
Thank you.
You are a phenomenal coach.
Thank you.
And we're not the only ones who think so, okay? Our friends at the educational nonprofit Donors Choose, they saw your story. That's why they want to give you a $10,000 gift card that you can use on supplies right on the Donors Choose website. We gotta put these kids to work a little bit. Let's come help this up. Now, well, of course, in GMA fashion, we're not done yet, all right? We know you are so selfless that you dedicate all of your time to the community, to the school.
Is this a dream?
No. Pinch yourself, because it's real, right? Now, listen, we know that how selfless you are. That's why our friends at Beaches wanted a little time for you. That's why they're giving you and your family an all-expense-paid trip to any Caribbean island on the beaches. Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, for you and your family, my guy. Now, when you woke up this morning, did you think that any of this would be happening to you right now?
No, he just told me to get here at 7:30, and I made sure I was here at 7:20, so.
Now, one more thing, Coach. You've been such an inspiration here for all your students, all your family, especially here at the Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences. For everybody watching right now, what do you want to say to them?
I just want to say I love Detroit. I love you. I came to Detroit to teach. And are we teaching, y'all? We learning? Yeah. All right, and we just getting started. And if you want to teach, come to Detroit. If you want to learn, come to Detroit. Detroit is the city of the largest, greatest minds. I'm here because all the people that have gave me that great information. Wendy Lewis, Tommy Lehman, Delonte Jones, Chavis, Hood, Bennett, House, all these people, I'm here because of them. And that's why I teach. I have to give reverence to you and also my mom. Thank you all so much, and let's get it.
Yeah. Coach Calvin Nellum, guys. It's a big morning here in Detroit. Back to you.
All right, that is awesome. Thank you for that. And before we go, we want to congratulate my producer, Randy Simon, and her husband, Greg. They recently welcomed their new baby boy, Grant Lev Simon. His name translates to great heart, which both parents have a lot of, and I know they're going to pass on to him. So get sleep while you can, you crazy kids, and we wish you all the best.
Have a great day, everyone.